With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Welcome back, trackside. Once again, race fans here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, the Colonial Clash Racing Truck Series fires back in action right here from Phoenix Raceway for the Oot Renovations 90. We're going to have the open dog leg here tonight, but it's going to be closed off for the restarts. Look for the initial start of the race to be an important factor, but first we got to work through the iRacing League Calculator qualifying session underway right now. Drivers just now hitting the track, trying to lay down those fast times. Speaking of fast times, we'll get to some of those qualifying times in just a brief moment. But first, how you doing? How you feeling out there in TV Land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave in the Cave bringing you all the calls from trackside. And we're going to get ready to head down trackside, get a little closer to the track. Tell you what, why don't we go ahead and bring you a little bit of the driver coverage out there. Troy Radford going to go ahead and put it top of the speed charts. Quick time belongs to the Lucky Vin Project number 94 Chevy Silverado. Radford going to run a 27:08. So let's go ahead and get that timing scoring over there to the left-hand side of your screen. Let you find your favorite driver. Maybe he's not turned in his fast time yet. Race number 2 ready to fire off here in season number 4. Will John Garrett be able to repeat some last lap magic and walk away with a second victory in a row? Last week we seen that number 66 Chevy Silverado of Garrett find a way to victory lane at Daytona International Super Speedway. It's gonna be a little bit of a different night, but still just as much on the line. And Chris Medford gonna go top of the speed charts now. Quick time belongs to the 46, 26. And 96 is now the fast time, so with the music fading away, time ticking away, just about a minute and a half remaining here in the iRacing League Calculator qualifying session. And only 9 drivers out of, I do believe, we're upwards of 20 trucks at the track here tonight, vying for an opportunity to walk away with a checkered flag. Handful of drivers still out there on track, though. Brandon Medford, Cody Giles, John Gutekunst, and Thad Failer. All out there on track. You can check out that 42 truck out there, putting in his time lap. Now, I don't know. Maybe some drivers doing a little bit of strategy plays here, trying not to qualify too far up front and maybe getting to a turn 1 incident. So with about 30 seconds now remaining here in qualifying, drivers are going to be hard pressed to put in a time lap if they haven't already begun. Thad Failer still yet to put in his lap. Cody Giles, Mark Parkhurst, Thad Miller also yet to put in his time in 13 machine. Brendan Pamatad back in action with us here inside of that 48 Chevy Silverado. Tonight's race really dominated by those bow ties. Just a handful of Fords, 2 of them to be exact, and only one solo rider in that Toyota Tundra. That's going to be Zachary Woods right there in the 61 machine, just outside of your top 5 here in qualifying. So with the final seconds ticking away, Chris Medford going to walk away with the pole position here from Phoenix Raceway. We're going to take a quick trip trackside for your national anthem. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the boats bursting out, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Fully dynamic, real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
And thanks for joining us live back trackside. Pre-race festivities already in the bag. Jets finishing the flyover, doing a few laps around the track, giving some of the fans in the stands something to cheer for as they wait for the drivers to make their way through final pre-race inspection and head to the starting grid. Moments ago, we watched the Fast 46 Chevy Silverado, piloted by Chris Medford, put it on the pole position, walking away with the iRacing League Calculator pole award here tonight in the Oot Renovations 90 right here from Phoenix. So, race fans, season number 4 just now underway. Second race here in season number 4 as drivers going to begin to strap in the trucks and begin their journey throughout tonight's race to try to survive. Phoenix Raceway, definitely one of these tracks that can catch you off guard, especially into, I believe, well, this is the repave, so the numbers are probably going to be a little bit off here, but heading down into that turn number 1, a little bit off camber, downhill kind of left-hand turn there, so it can definitely cause trouble with some of the horsepower and the bigger machines. But these trucks a little bit light in the back end. You're gonna have to be careful not to step on your own toes under braking, getting down into turn number 1. So we'll see how drivers navigate the first 20 laps. Stage break coming at lap number 20, one and only stage here tonight from Phoenix Raceway in the Oot Renovations 90 right here with the Colonial Clash Racing Truck Series. And it looks like most of the drivers have made their way through final pre-race inspection and beginning to gather down on the starting grid. So I tell you what, let's get a little closer. How about that? We are back. It's been a while, a bit of a break, but these Colonial Clash Racing Truck Series drivers are ready to drop the hammer, ready to roll here tonight, and we're going to get ready to send them off proper here from pit road in just a handful of moments. Our good buddy Travis Smith pulling pace car duties for us here tonight, so we do appreciate Travis lending us a hand out here, making the trip out from the East Coast over here to take care of these drivers on the track under our caution periods. It looks like over 20 drivers ready to roll, and we are ready to fire things off. You can hear the music beginning to play in the background. You know the sounds, you know it's time to run down tonight's starting lineup in the Oot Renovation Truck Series race, brought to you by Giro Tech as well as iRacing League Calculator, Colonial Clash Racing League, Mountain Mafia Kinos, and Dale Earnhardt Chevrolet all coming together, sponsoring tonight's race. A big time shout out to Renovations coming on board for tonight's race at Phoenix Raceway. So we're going to get right to your starting lineup, rolling off inside row number 1. There you can see your pole sitter, Chris Medford, as it's going to be a quick run to the green flag. Will come down the back stretch. Troy Radford just to his outside. Back at row 2, Mark Parkhurst and Brandon Medford, Dylan McConnell and Joe Hudson rounding out row 3. Row number 4, Thomas Smalling and Dustin Franklin, Spencer Teal, John Garrett rounding out your top 10. Here's a little look at the drivers outside of your top 10 all the way back to 24th as we roll to the restart zone, and on the gas, green flag flies for the first time here tonight from Phoenix Raceway. Pole sitter gets off to a good jump. Mark Parkhurst with a good run there, starting from the 3rd position. He's going to put his BJ's number 23 truck down to the bottom of the racetrack and take that 2nd position away. Radford struggling with that Lucky Finn project Chevy Silverado. He's going to go into the outside wall. Radford into the outside wall here on lap number 1. Caution flag will fly. Trouble on the track. Tyler Rex with some issues. The 84 going to get caught up in this. A little bit of a stack up after the contact with the outside wall coming off of turn, I believe that was turn number 3 for Radford. He's gonna have some scrapes on the right side of the truck. We'll take a look at it right here. Then you can see pretty significant damage on the right side for Radford. So quick caution brings us to a crawl back behind the pace car. We're going to go back and check out the iRacing League Calculator replay here. Checking up Get spun. Inside wall hit. The 84 is going to come to a rest, but he will keep it rolling. So, fortunately enough, Tyler Rex will be able to continue on. And as we head back to the front of the field, Troy Radford, only driver to hit pit road. Quick caution brings the field back behind the pace car here tonight as your pole sitter Christopher Medford continues to lead tonight's race. Mark Parker's going to have a good start to tonight's event, and he's going to move right into second. Dylan McDonald also with a good run up 2 positions from 5th to 3rd. Thomas Smalling going to gain 3 positions on the initial start of the race. Smalling going to move his way up into 4th. Brandon Medford dropping a 1 spot. And Joe Hudson holding serve right there in 6th. So a stack up and then a checkup leads us to our first caution flag here tonight from Phoenix Raceway. Drivers still, I don't want to say still knocking off the rust, because these Colonial Clash Racing Series drivers are very active across the iRacing platform, whether it be separate leagues, separate series, or the official races for that good old coveted iRating. A lot of very, very good drivers throughout this entire field, and it looks like just a little bit of a stack up after a dust up with the outside wall for Radford. It's going to stack up the field behind him, and Tyler Ricks is unfortunately going to pay the price for that one. But Radford back on pit road one more time. A lot of fixing to be done on the right side of that Lucky Finn project, number 94 machine of Radford. Across the stripe, the 1 finger wave by the boss man in the flag stand. That's going to give us the 1 to go, so the pace car lights will go off. We'll get ready to fire things off one more time here from Phoenix Raceway as Medford going to bring them back to the restart zone and back to the green flag. Check out that number 21 Pro Cup Racing Experience Chevy Silverado, second row outside lane. Look for Smalling to try to fire off well here as the pace car makes that left-hand turn. We've still got about a half a track to go here. Very long pit road here at Phoenix Raceway. These drivers are going to have to stay tucked in line for quite some time, all the way down here into turn number 3. And once they hit turn number 3, we'll release them and we'll see how they go. We'll see if we can get this thing going for a good green flag run. And here we go in the restart zone on the gas, and green flag flies once again here from Phoenix Raceway. Medford gonna get a good start up through the gears. On the outside is Parkhurst. He's able to hang tough here on that outside lane, keep that second position for the time being. Dylan McDonald gonna move himself into 3rd. Close racing action here with Smalling on the outside, and it looks like the outside is not where you want to be on these restarts. Fortunately enough, he's able to force his way down to the bottom of the racetrack and keep the 4th position. Brandon Medford going to stay in 6th with Joe Hudson right there. They'll fan out through the dog leg. Dog leg is open after the first lap of green flag racing, or on any subsequent restarts. So everybody out there ready to try to gain what they can throughout tonight's race, and everybody utilizing every inch of track that they have available to them. Back down into turn number 3. We roll across the start-finish line. Lap number 8 going to go on the board, and we're going to drop that timing and scoring. Moving into the left-hand side of your screen. Let you follow along. Find your favorite driver just like we do right here in the production booth. There you can see Smalling struggling on the outside as Medford able to move his way to the bottom of the racetrack and take that position away. Dust up back in the pack I believe that looked to be the 55 of Nathan Eastep. Eastep in that number 55 machine, the John Deere number 55 machine. Eastep having a little bit of issues. Magic Man moment back there racing with John Garrett for the final position inside of your top 10. And well, never mind. And as we begin lap number 20, we'll see the caution flag fly next time around to signify the stage break. A lot of gremlins plaguing the broadcast here tonight. Looks like there's a little bit of technical difficulty still out there messing with us just a little bit. We'll see if those bugs can't get ironed out and we can't get this thing straightened up for you. Back off of turn number 3 and down the backstretch we roll. Race leader Chris Medford gonna come across the stripe. Lap number 20 in the back. Caution flag will fly here momentarily to signify the end of your first stage here tonight. And there it is. Caution flag will fly on cue, and Chris Medford will take that top spot away, move himself a little closer to be able to claim the most laps led here tonight. So Medford off to a good start. And the Renovations 90 right here from Phoenix Raceway. So as the field catches up to the back end of the base car, we're going to step away for just a brief, short commercial break, trying to see if we can't iron out some more details. But don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
And as promised, not missing any of the action, green flag ready to fly. Once again here from Phoenix Raceway, we'll work our way down the backstretch and head towards turn number 3 and getting ready to drop the green flag. It's going to be a long run to the end. Will we see a quick caution, or will we see these drivers run a full fuel load? Strategy may come into play a little bit later, but first away we go. Green flag flies as Chris Medford going to hit the loud pedal on the outside lane. Interesting lane choice there for the restart. He's going to choose the outside lane, but with a familiar face to his inside brother Brandon right there in that 83 machine. He's going to let him come on down the track and grab that spot away. It looks like the Medford twins beginning to walk away. And no, they're not twins. It's just something I kind of say from time to time. The Medford brothers out there showing the way at the front of this field. Thomas Smalling right there. No, we've got a caution. Caution flag fly. Gonna fly here. Bring the field back to a crawl once again. Looks like Joe Hudson has some trouble here tonight in that 15 Ford F-150. Let's go to the replay. Here you can see outside lane. There's the 15. Oh, little bit of help. John Garrett's going to get into the tail end, and oh, Garrett's going to collect a handful of drivers here. Looks like that failure going to. Oh my God! Fort Worth screen printing 66 up and over the 85, I believe. No, that's going to be the Gunskins number 65 of James Ood. He's going to have some trouble as well. So a handful of drivers catching a piece of this one. So a little bit of crazy action in the back. We see one truck almost go up and over, getting caught on his lid there. John Garrett going to go for a ride, and he's going to head directly to pit road, bring the truck to the attention of the crew. So back under caution again. Another quick restart. We've seen it happen on the initial start of the race. Will we see a repeat here? Well, we've already seen the repeat. Will we get a repeat of the green flag run that came right to follow? Both Medford boys at the front of the field. Thomas Smalling, Dylan McDonald, Mark Parkhurst round out here. Top 5. Spencer Kiro, John Gutekunst, Brandon Pamitat, Zachary Woods, and that failure will round out your top 10. Troy Radford beginning to recover well here tonight. Radford caught up and involved in that first incident, got into the outside wall, field stacked up behind him, and unfortunately Tyler Rex was caught up in that one. The 84 truck bore the brunt of that little miscalculation by the 94 Lucky Finn Project driver inside of his Chevy Silverado. That's going to be Troy Radford, and he's going to now knock on the door of a top 10. Once again, Radford moving his way back to the front, listed in 12th position as the iRacing pace car has made its way down pit lane. Mr. Smith going to let the field loose, and we're going to get ready to drop the hammer once again here from Phoenix Raceway. through turn 3 in the restart zone, and on it. Green flag flies once again here from Phoenix Raceway. McConnell with a good start on the outside lane, not able to quite clear Brandon on the bottom of the 83 truck. Kind of, I don't want to say stack him up on the inside lane, but he's going to keep a handful of drivers right there in tow with him. 38 of McDonald giving it, whoa, giving it all he's got, and almost got that outside wall. Close of racing action. Back down into turn number 3. We'll complete the lap, so we'll drop that Tommy and scoring back over there to the left-hand side of your screen. Let you follow along just like we do. Once again, drivers making their way off of pit road. That's going to be the 35 of Wes Fuller. Unfortunately, Fuller will be listed off of the lead lap. Back into 23rd position, John Garrett after that contact and a little bit of a flip and a topsy-turvy ride. Last week's race winner from Daytona International Speedway. He's going to have an uphill battle from here on out, listed 3 laps down. And Garrett with a long night ahead of himself. We're just past a third of the way through tonight's renovations. 90 from Phoenix Raceway. You're watching the Colonial Clash Racing Truck Series. A little bit of a hornet's nest right here near the front of the field. Everybody still packed out, running with each other. Everybody nose to tail. Brandon Medford has Thomas Smalling, Spencer Teal, Brandon Pamitan, John Goodkunst, and Thad Failer are all in line. Let's take a look right here. And there you can see that 41 machine of John Goodkunst trying to run down Pamitan. The U.S. Air Force machine of Brandon Pamitan running well, up 14 positions from where he qualified. So there is definitely a man on a mission, and he is hunting the front from the top side of the speedway. We haven't really seen a whole lot of drivers really go up there to the high side of the racetrack and really make it work, but it looks like the 48 of Pamitan really likes that mid to high lane. There you can see him running that line once again, and he's going to take the position away from the 20 of Spencer Teal, who struggles on the bottom to get up off of the corner, and that's going to allow John Gutekunst to get up in the mix. He's going to follow Pamitan's line, and he's going to look to take that position away. Off the corner exit, they'll drag race into turn 3. Well, I said drag race to turn 3, but it's going to be a short drag race. Pamitan going to concede the position, and he's going to have Van Baylor tucked in line right behind him now. The iRacing League calculator number 42 machine. There you see Van Baylor running in the 8th position. Mark Parkhurst right there in 9th with Nathan Estep. Now rounding out your top 10. Let's go back here and take a look at Estep as he works his way around the track. We'll go on board here with that number 55 machine rounding out your top 10. You can see a handful of positions right off in front of them. Make that 2 or 3 drivers right there off in front. Is that Baylor having a little bit of issues down there on the bottom of the racetrack, utilizing the apron to keep the trunk straight. Here comes the 6 of Cody Giles. Giles trying to stick his truck where it belongs, right there on the bottom of the racetrack. And what a great view, what a camera shot here as we got a dust up on the wall here. 23 of Parkhurst going to go into the outside wall, set a few sparks of flying, and we'll continue racing under the lights here from Phoenix Raceway. Lap number 37 now on the board. And interesting to see here, this high line not agreeing with some of the trunks. We've seen Brandon Pamitan really utilize that high lane to his advantage, but oh my gosh, excuse me, a little bit further back in the field, and just not really working. The high lane, not the fast lane here, back outside of your top 5. Looks like Radford's going to make his way around as well. Here comes John Garrett. Garrett listed 3 laps down, just trying to survive at this point. He's going to need a handful. He's going to need a handful of help just to even get back on the lead lap. The square D, number 55 of Nathan Estep. Running well, sitting in the 12th position. He'll go to almost 3 wide. Thought better of it. He's going to back out for just a moment. We're going to head back out and back to the front. Dylan McDonald right here taking over that second position as Brandon Pamitat has begun to run your top three drivers down. Thomas Smalling right here sitting in the fourth position, just about a half a second out in front of Pamitat. So indeed, Pamitat right there trying to grab some spots. Single file action off of turn number 2. Field will head down the backstretch, still in control of your pole sitter. Your race leader, Chris Medford, showing the way. He's just got another 4 to 5 laps, and he will indeed secure the most laps led award here tonight from Phoenix Raceway. We'll cross the line and begin lap number 42 out of the 90 scheduled tonight in the Renovations 90. You know what? I got to give a shout out to Dylan McDonald, man. I am liking that livery. The paint looks good out there, brother. Don't change a thing. Lap traffic out in front of your race leaders. Will this become a factor? Heavy damage. Well, I believe that is the 5 of Scott Baker. Yes, it is the 5 of Scott Baker with quite a bit of damage. Well off of the pace here. As your podium drivers make their way around the lap traffic, looks like everybody going to make their way clean and clear through that lap traffic. So we'll continue this green flag run. Green flag flying back at lap number 28. So we are just about 20 laps away from, well, just about 20 laps into this green flag run, we should say. About 2 laps away from the halfway point here tonight. So as we get ready for that, what do you say we gear things up, give you a little bit of house cleaning? 24 trucks took to the starting grid. We have still got 23 out there on the track with John Garrett, Wes Fuller, and Scott Baker all being listed off of the lead lap. Baker listed first driver 1 lap down in that lucky dog position. But what do you say we give you your mid-race report, your driver highlights in spotlights. Meanwhile, up at the field, showing the way all night long, man, inside of that 46 machine, the Nicetown, Indiana native. And no, we got a caution. We got a caution. That's going to cut short the highlights and spotlights here for your mid-race report, as it looks like Brandon Medford has had trouble. The 83 trunk with some trouble. And that'll bring the caution out for the 3rd time here tonight. So what do you say we go and we check the replay? Inside of the racetrack, we'll see if there's any contact here. Oh, and just a little bit of contact to that right side, but it was enough to upset the 83, and he's going to have a slide into the inside wall, and that is a hard lick. Look at all of the damage on the front of that 83 machine. Big time implications here as everybody gonna head to pit road. We'll join the field. Well, we'll join the pace car around the track for a moment, and as everybody comes down to get tires and fuel, we're gonna step away for just a brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And backtrack side as the field catches up to the tail end of the pace car. Chris Medford will win the race offload, and it looks like we've got Wes Fuller and John Garrett. They're going to roll the dice. They think we may get a quick caution here. They're going to stay out and get themselves a wave around. That's going to put Garrett now just 2 laps down. That's going to put Fuller, I believe, back just 1 lap down. Scott Baker also listed a 1 lap down after caution flies for the 4th time here tonight. The 83 of Brandon Medford has some issues and he's caught some damage. He'll take the truck down to pit road and they will get it fixed up and ready to fire off here with just about 41 laps remaining in tonight's Oot Renovations 90 live from Phoenix Raceway. And on the gas, green flag flies once again here on this 1 mile. Little bit of an odd-shaped oval. They can't really call it a true oval. Can't really call it a D-shaped oval. Just a little bit of a, whoa, trouble. Big time trouble. Gutekunst involved. Medford involved. That Failer catches a piece. Scott Baker. Ricky Gonzalez has trouble. Oh my gosh, this is going to be a lot of drivers involved in this one. Dylan McDonald going to get sent on a ride, and we're going to watch this one unfold here. Let's go back. Let's check the replay. You see 38 on the high side getting a little bit loose. Nowhere to go, nowhere to correct it. Contact with the outside wall, and that's going to be a melee. We got drivers everywhere. It's a parking lot on the back stretch. Excuse me, sir. Sir, you can't park there. We're going to take one more look at it here high above the track with the turn 3 drone cam. Let's watch this stack up. 38 loose on the outside, nowhere to go. How did the 6 get by? Everybody else wishing they got by. A big time mess here on the backstretch. A lot of drivers caught up involved there. You can see 5, 6, 7 drivers all catching a piece of the problems here on the backstretch from Phoenix Raceway. We'll head back up front with your race leader, and look at that, race fans. Only 6 drivers at the front of this field. Those are the 6 that made it through without issues. Everybody else in this entire field is on pit road with damage. Caution flag flies for the 5th time here tonight from Phoenix Raceway. The Oot Renovations 90 has come to a crawl by the pace car. Chris Medford continuing to show the way, and I tell you what, there's probably not a better time than now than go ahead and give you that mid-race report. After a big-time hit for a lot of drivers, we'll see how many are able to keep it out there on the track and how many of them are able to keep it on the lead lap. Doesn't look like we've got a lucky dog recipient this time around, so we're going to end up with somewhere around 15 drivers left on the lead lap. Joe Hudson, Scott Baker, Wes Fuller, Brandon Medford, Dustin Franklin, John Garrett, James Oot, and Ricky Gonzalez all on pit road still. They will lose a handful of laps as they were caught up and involved in our latest incident here back on lap number 50. We seen our latest caution flag fly, and we will get the 1 to go this time by field. Gonna get ready to pull the belts tight and get ready to go back green flag racing. So we'll fire things off once again with about 35 laps remaining here from Phoenix Raceway. 35 miles of truck racing action left to be had here tonight at the Oot Renovations 90. And it's all but a sealed deal. You know, we're not going to get a back-to-back race winner. John Garrett mired back in traffic, down off of the lead lap, multiple laps down, sitting outside of your top 15, all the way back in 19th position. So a fresh face to victory lane is inevitable here tonight from Phoenix Raceway as Chris Medford leads them back to the restart zone. Wait for it, and green flag flies once again here from Phoenix Raceway as Medford gets on the gas and up through the gears. The 6 of Cody Giles with a good restart. He's going to be able to hold serve on that high lane. He's been the only driver to stick with your race leader on a restart, and look at Giles go on the outside. Cody with a big run down the backstretch. He's going to have a nose of an advantage getting into the final corner, but there it is, the bottom of the racetrack prevailing for your pole sitter here tonight. Your race leader back across the line. 46 of Medford will lead him across the stripe as Nathan E-Step, your latest driver to have some trouble here tonight. Looks like E-Step going to have some issues into 55, so let's go check the iRacing League calculator replay, and oh man, had a little help. Looked like he may have had some help on the entry to the corner, but was able to keep that 55 truck underneath them, and then just a lazy self-spin off of the corner exit. The square D, number 55, going to go for a slide. No contact being made, so E-Step will rejoin the field. Tail end of the field. What's going to be interesting right here is whether or not John Garrett's able to get himself back on the lead lap. We'll take a look at all of that information here in just a moment. So as the caution flag flies for the 6th time here tonight, we do appreciate everybody joining us here tonight, sticking with us through all of the technical difficulties, all the troubles earlier here tonight. We've still got a lot of racing action to cover. Less than 40 laps remaining, less than 30 remaining when we'll drop the hammer for the green flag. So it's going to be a short sprint to the end under the lights right here in the desert. That's right, the Oot Renovations 90. Getting ready to head down the final 30 laps of racing here. Lap number 60 is going to go on the board. We'll drop the hammer somewhere around lap 61. Lap 62 is when we should see this field fire back off. We've seen Lucky Dog recipient Wes Fuller get himself back into contention, back onto the lead lap. So 16 drivers now with an opportunity for a race win. working their way through turns 3 and 4, coming across the stripe this time around. Lap number 60 goes on the board and the pace car lights go off. We're ready to go back racing here from Phoenix. So driver's going to reach up, pull those belts tight, and get ready to roll once again here from Phoenix Raceway, race number 2. Here in season number 4, well and underway. How about we give an attaboy to the recovery from the man starting? Second row outside lane, there you can see in that Lucky Finn project number 94 machine. Troy Radford caught up and involved in our first caution of the evening. Restarted way outside of your top 15, all the way back in the 21st position. And he's found a way to run back to the front, so big attaboy to him and his crew. Radford ready to roll as we nail the gas and green flag flies once again. Here from Phoenix Raceway, everybody out to a good jump this time. No troubles on the restart. Everybody got to make it through turns 1 and through the dog leg here. Oh, about Pamatat, man. On you. Oh, we've got drivers into the outside wall and contact at the front. 2 trucks go around. 2 trucks going to go around, and that's going to bring a 7th caution out on the track. Big time trouble here as Brandon Pamatat going to catch the back end of Chris Medford. Medford going to go for a long slide, but he'll be able to keep the truck underneath him. Unfortunately, Brandon not so lucky. Contact from the 6 of Cody Giles, and that's going to finish Pamatat off. And he's going to fall deep in the running order now, all the way back in 16th. So after the slide, Chris Medford says, I think I'll come get tires. That's going to give up the race lead for the first time here tonight. New race leader, front of the field, Cody Giles, going to take control of the race here tonight from Phoenix Raceway. And for a race at Phoenix, to only have 2 race leaders, I mean, that does indeed say a lot about the speed inside of that number 46 machine, but he's going to be put to the test now as he's got to work his way back through traffic, and not necessarily through lap traffic, but back through traffic. And how about this? John Garrett has done the unthinkable. We all but wrote the man in that Fort Worth screen printing 66 Chevy Silverado off. Oh, and Giles, he's going to pull a fast one. He's going to come to pit road this time by. So that's going to give us yet a new race leader, Troy Radford. What a recovery from Radford, man. Started in that second position. Early trouble. Mix up with the outside wall. Field going to snack up behind him. Caution flag will fly. Radford took the truck down the pit road to the attention of the service of the crew members, and he lost a ton of positions. Restarted outside of the top 20, and it's been a long track to get all the way back, but here he is coming to the final laps of the race, and he's got an opportunity to walk away with a checkered flag. How about Zachary Woods right there? That 61 truck. He's going to start in the 2nd position here. John Gutekunst with a great run up through the field, as well as Tyler Rex. They'll restart in 3rd and 4th. That Baylor, biggest mover of the race here tonight, the iRacing League calculator number 42 machine of Baylor, going to round out your top 5. Another big mover tonight, the 47 of Ray Radford. He's on 14 positions, so from dead last to inside the top 10. Give that man some love. Show him some appreciation. Radford, very quiet here tonight. Ray, very quiet as he worked his way up through the field all the way inside of the top 10. What a run here, man. That is absolutely a great job by Ray and his entire team, keeping that truck clean and where it needs to be in a position to possibly go for this race win. Man, if you thought any of the action was close, you ain't seen nothing yet. We'll restart the race with just about 25 laps remaining, so it's indeed going to be a short run to the checkered flag. Radford in control of the race. He is your third different race leader. Most laps led already in the back pocket of the 46 of Chris Medford, who also walked away with the iRacing League calculator pole position. Radford going to look to get the job done at the front of the field for his Falcon Motorsports teammates. Into the restart zone we roll, and on the gas, green flag flies. No go on the outside. Outside lane did not get going. Chris Medford involved. The 83 is going to have trouble. Nathan Estep, Brendan Medford going to catch another piece of this. Troubles on the restarts plaguing the drivers here tonight. It looks like another stack up as the field went green flag racing. Looks like, I believe that may have been Zachary Woods in 61 with a little bit of a slow start. That's going to stack the field up behind him. In trouble, carnage, chaos ensues. Caution number 8 will fly here from Phoenix Raceway. With that being said, race fans, we're going to take ourselves one more brief opportunity to pay a few of the bills and a few of the sponsors out there, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back live here from Phoenix Raceway with all your green flag action.
We got big time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're going to lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage. Looks like your car is toast. You'll need a tow back to pit lane. Press and hold your reset button and we'll come and get you.
And back trackside once again as the field receives the one finger wave from the boss man at the flag stand. We'll get set to fire things off with just 20 laps remaining here from Phoenix Raceway. Front of the field looking mighty different than what it did about 15 laps ago. Troy Radford in control of the race, newer race leader. He's going to lead us for the past, I believe, about 8 laps or so. John Gutekunst right here making his way up into the mix Outside row number 1, getting Gutekunst get off to a good start. Van Baylor right there, restarting in third. How about Spencer Teal in the 20 truck? What a run by Teal. He'll restart second truck outside lane. He's got Tyler Rex and Dylan McDonald right behind him. Ray Radford, Thad Miller. Thomas Smalling and Wes Fuller round out your top 10 as we roll to the restart zone on the gas, and green flag flies. Once again, here from Phoenix Raceway, we'll work our way down through the dogleg and into turn number 1. Two, 3 wide racing in the back of the field. We're going to back up just a little bit and bring you some more of this action. We've got all sorts of racing. So with lap number 20 on the bag, or I should say lap number 70 in the bag, 20 laps to go, 19 as we cross the line this time around. We'll throw that time in scoring back up to the left-hand side of your screen. There you see multiple drivers with multiple issues here tonight. Scott Baker, Ricky Gonzalez, James Hood, Brandon Medford, and Dustin Franklin still out of the race, out on pit road, trying to thrash away at the trucks and get them back out there to gain any and all positions that they possibly can. We'll cross the line with just 18 more to go here from Phoenix. Less than 20 miles of green flag action left in tonight's Renovations 90 for the Colonial Clash Racing Series. Want to give a big shout out to all of the sponsors coming on board, helping out here, not just with the Colonial Class Racing Truck Series, but also with the network. We do appreciate each and every one of you, but more importantly, we appreciate each and every one of you tuning in each and every night. If you haven't already, race fans, show these drivers some love and appreciation. That's right. Join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. Click that thumbs up, subscribe, and smash the bell over there with the right-hand side to get notified anytime we go live here in the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you. Each and every time you stop by, without you, there would be no us. So you know you want to show these drivers some love and appreciation and drop that thumbs up. Radford starting to assert a little bit of dominance, so we're going to watch this battle here. Second, third, fourth on the racetrack as Dylan McDonald looks to take over the third and final podium position. He'll do it from the outside lane now, a crossover, looking to the inside, looking for second. Gutekunst going to run wide, way near that outside wall, cross the start-finish line, and he's going to keep it wound up on the high side and keep that position for the time being. One truck we've watched tonight be able to go wherever he wants. That is the 38 of Dylan McDonald. Pretty much, if he's wanted to run it on the low side, he could take it there. He's ran on the high side, but don't look now, race fans. Your pole sitter, the man that has led the most laps here tonight, he is back in the mix. Chris Medford right here running in fifth, looking for more down to the inside of Baylor in that high racing lead calculator number 42 machine, almost into the outside wall. You can see a little bit of tail shake going down the backstretch and into turns 3 and 4 as Medford continue to try to make that run back to the front. He'll pick up at least one position now, moving into the fourth spot. Can that 46 get back to a podium? Close racing right there between Dylan McDonald and Chris Medford, racing for that final spot in the podium all over the rear deck lid of John Gutekunst. Baylor waiting to pick up the pieces. Don't look now, but the Pro Cup Racing Experience number 21 truck, he's back in the mix. Thomas Smalling has found a way into sixth and 3 wide for second. 3 wide for a second as Chris Medford sticks it to the bottom of the racetrack, and he's going to get a 2-for-1 through turns 1 and 2, and he's going to shoot around and securely take that second position. So Falcon Motorsports teammates running 1 and 2 with just 11 to go. And again, we do apologize for some of the technical difficulties here tonight. Looks like we're having audio issues as well as some connection issues, so we'll try to get all that fixed up and smoothed on out for you a little bit later on here tonight. So we do apologize for everything going on here tonight, but a lot going on and a lot coming at you. Still 7 laps remaining, just over 6.5 miles of green flag action still left to be had here as we've got a battle for the top spot. What do you do if you're that 46? You've been the dominant car all night long. Do you take the spot from your teammate? Radford struggling to keep the top spot. Medford looking for it on the bottom. We'll work our way off of 1 and 2 down the back stretch once again. Radford going to lead them into 3. Radford unrelinquishing at the front. Relentless pace out of that 46. He's got the freshest tires. He's got the fastest lap times. And he is right here breathing down the neck of his Falcon Motorsports teammate. The 5-finger wave last time around from the boss man to the flag stand. We'll have just 4 miles of racing remaining here from Phoenix Raceway around turn 4 for the one of the final times with just 4 laps to go. John Kudukunston, Brandon Pamitat going at it 5th and 6th on the racetrack. Cody Giles, John Garrett right here inside of the top 10 going at it as well. Dylan McDonald with some issues. McDonald going to head to pit road to the 38. I'm going to give up a ton of positions here late in the going. We'll have 3 laps remaining this time around, and Chris Medford digging on the bottom, looking for that top spot, looking to grab the checkered flag away from his Falcon Motorsports teammate. How close do they get? How bad do they want it? Medford going to fall back in line, heading into turns 3 and 4. Popsicle sticks on display for your race leader. Just 2 to go here from Phoenix. Less than 2 miles of racing left to be had here from Phoenix Raceway, and we've got a battle for the race lead. Chris Medford going to take it to the high side, and he will grab that top spot back once again. Back to the front, new race leader Chris Medford will bring him across the stripe, and white flag flies. Final lap here in the Renovations 90 from Phoenix Raceway. What a run here tonight for these Colonial Clash Racing Truck Series drivers, and the man who's had the plan all night. He's had the speed to boot. Out there showing the way into turn 3 for the final time tonight. The 46 of Chris Medford's got 2 corners to go. Out of turn number 4, crossing the stripe, checkered flag flies. Your race winner here at the Renovations 90. Chris Medford will take the checkered flag. Falcon Motorsports teammate Troy Radford will cross the line in second, and Thomas Smalling going to bring that Pro Cup racing experience. Number 21 Chevy Silverado home in the final podium position. Smalling will walk away with 3rd. What a run here tonight for all 3 of these drivers at the front. All 3 of them had trouble at one point in time here tonight, and that just goes to show you, you gotta have those nerves of steel. You can't dwell on the bad things that have happened in your race. You gotta go out there and just try to focus on getting the job done. And he's going to get the job done on the front stretch. Here we go. Smoke show for Chris Medford. Your Oot Renovations 90 checkered flag flies. Your race winner, Chris Medford. Going to give the fans in the stands a little bit of a smoke show and a photo opportunity. So as he enjoys his cool down lap, we're going to step away for just a brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. In back live, trackside high above the track here from Phoenix Raceway. What a race, what a night here for the Oot Renovations 90, and we're going to jump right to it. Let's get to some of your post-race interviews. Walking away with a third here tonight. Final driver listed in the podium positions. Let's see if we can dial up that number 21 Pro Cup Racing Experience machine. Thomas, it's Dave. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, my man. How you doing? How you feeling after a little bit of a rough go for a handful of drivers out there, but you were able to corral the truck and keep it headed in the right direction, pick up 4 spots from where you're qualified, and walk away with the final spot on the podium. How'd your night go, and how were you able to miss some of the big trouble?
Yeah, just this night was all about survival and just getting to the end of the race, and all those cautions kind of threw off strategy, and I was just trying to pit, save tires whenever I could, but ultimately it came down to those restarts and just trying not to get wrecked there, and came away with the P3.
Yeah, I mean, Phoenix can be a little bit of a tough track, to say the least. It's a little bit of a tricky corner entry to, I believe, I believe now it's turn 3, but what was turn 1 at one point in time. That's how old I am, huh? Nonetheless, is that transition going into the corner any less challenging here after the repave?
Oh yeah, it's still tough now, and it was tough before. You just have to kind of get it right every time, and if you miss it by just a little bit, you can slide up into the wall, which I did a few times. But yeah, it was just really challenging for everyone out there.
Well, Thomas, a heck of a finish for you here tonight. Going to walk away with third in the Oot Renovations 90 here from Phoenix Raceway. So before we let you soak it in and enjoy the rest of the evening, would you like to give any final shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the race shop?
Yeah, I'd like to thank JST Racing, Pro Cup Racing Experience, everyone on my team, and yeah, had a great day.
All right, my man. Well, again, congratulations on a great finish here tonight from Phoenix Raceway, and we'll see if we can't catch up with you again next week.
Hope so. Thank you for these broadcasts, by the way.
My pleasure, buddy. I love watching you guys.
Yeah, nice to put on the show.
All right, there you have it. Final few words from the man that walks away third here tonight. The Newport, New York native, Thomas Smalling, gonna pilot that 21 truck home to the podium finish. He'll walk away third, and that's gonna move us right along in the running order. Let's see if we can dial up and have a few words with my good buddy. Your good buddy. He started from second, and he's gonna walk away second after leading a handful of laps. Troy, it's Dave. How you feeling, bud?
I'm feeling pretty good. I mean, doing all right here.
Well, let's go ahead. You know me. You know I got to give you a little something here. So, I mean, how's it feel to get back to where you started from after having trouble and a little bit of contact with that outside wall?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it was just kind of a long night. So I've been, at least since I've been struggling in the last few weeks and just, kind of missing a little bit of speed on the long run, stuff like that. So, just made a mistake early. Kind of got into that wall just a little bit on my own, a little bit of right front damage. And then it was just kind of ride it out and see, crawled my way back up there in the top 5. A couple of things happened that, got me the lead there. But, ultimately, Chris had fresh tires. Chris was, driving smarter behind me. And I think I would have been able to hold him off on the high side, but we had a truck get up into the wall, come into the white flag on the outside, or it was maybe 2 to go or white flag, and I was busy watching him and just, got off my line slightly and gave Chris the outside lane. So, just kind of unfortunate, but, ultimately Chris had fresher tires. He's a great driver, so you can't make a mistake around Chris.
Yeah, I mean, you pointed out a very valid and key point. I mean, 22 lap pressure tires than you, so I mean the grip was definitely on his side. So he's also going to have a little bit more speed built in with that grip. So I mean, you did a phenomenal job holding him off for as long as you did. In my opinion, some great Some great side by side racing action between you two teammates for a good handful of laps. I believe about the last 5 laps was just a great battle to watch unfold between you two. So at the end of the day, you start at 1-2. You're going to walk away a 1-2. Gotta be feeling good for the team. Gotta be feeling good for yourself. So before we let you go and soak things in here tonight, Troy, would you like to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous? Thank anybody back home in PA?
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, first of all, just got my dad in this league. Came home with a solid top 15. I think stayed out of trouble most of the night. So, good job by him. And of course, shout out to everybody. We've had I don't know what it's like in y'all's household, but man, it's like my family's been sick every dang week for the last 2 months. So, can't shake whatever it is we keep going through. So, for me to get on once a week is kind of tough right now. So, big shout out to my wife. Of course, I think she's already passed out in bed right now, but just all the support we get from family here, as well as all the guys over at Charity Motorsports with Brandon, Chris. We got a couple other guys, of course, Matt and Doug, that aren't in this series, but big shout out to them for everything they do.
All right, well, Troy, man, it's been a bit of a time before we got to talk to each other. So again, it's always a pleasure to catch up with the good buddies and old friends. Good to see you back in a podium position, walking away second here tonight in the Oot Renovations 90. We'll see if you can continue the good string of runs, and we can talk again next week. But if not, until then, stay safe and keep it fast. All right, there you go. Final few parting words for the man inside of that 94. Lucky Finn Project, Chevy Silverado. Troy Radford going to walk away with second here tonight from Phoenix, and that's going to lead us right into victory lane. Let's go see if we can talk to your pole sitter, your race winner, walking away with that checkered flag in the 46 machine. Chris, been a minute. How you doing, Bo?
Not bad. How you doing, Dave?
I can't complain. If I did, who would listen? And it probably wouldn't matter, right?
Definitely not the wife.
Man, I'm a back away from that. Man, great race win for you. I mean, you walked away with the pole position. You had a little bit of a rough go there just past the halfway point. Some trouble getting into the corner. Went for a long spin. Had to come get some fresh tires after that, and then work your way back through the field. Talk to us a little bit about the strategy to come down and get tires with what was, I believe, about 22, 23 laps to go.
Did I want to get tires? No. So whenever the guy in second place spun his tires, everybody checked up, and then there was a gap there. I had it missed, and just got ran in from behind and got shoved into it. Just a racing accident. So I was actually running around on a black flag to hope it wasn't gonna blow up until pit road opened up. Got it fixed. Got back out there and raced Giles and raced Smalling pretty hard there for a couple laps there after that restart.
Yeah, it was a lot of action there to watch you work your way back into the top five and then back into the podium positions. Walk us through those final few laps with a teammate. You're running side by side for multiple laps. Does it make Is there any more pressure knowing that you're racing a teammate to keep it clean, or is there any, what goes through your head when you're racing that close with a teammate, knowing that you've got fresher tires as well?
Not much of pressure. It's more of just more fun than anything, really. Because me and Troy are both hell of hard competitors. We're both hard headed when it comes to racing. Same with a bunch of guys out here, and that's not a bad thing. But no, so racing with Troy is just like the old days when we started racing. We first got together. Me and Troy's have always been, there with each other. Coming back from late models to street stocks to anything. So raced around Troy many, many, many years. So that's one guy I know I can trust. That's not going to, pull off the wall or wreck me or do me dirty. So I'm not going to do him dirty. So no, it was a blast. Troy asked, he's like, is it worth getting tires? I said, honestly, I said 20 laps to go, I'd stay out there, and that's what he done. And I was lucky enough to catch him behind the lap car, and he had a bad corner, probably one of the better corners, and was able to go on the outside of him and go around him. So I'm not saying his strategy was bad. I feel like he did have the winning strategy. Um, if it wasn't for a lap car, I don't think I got around him.
Well, whatever the reason was, it was some great racing action there over the course of those those final last laps. Chris, between you and your teammate Troy Radford, unfortunately, Brandon getting caught up and having some issues. Otherwise, he was poised to have a great finish and give all you Falcon Motorsports drivers one heck of a run here from Phoenix. But back to the reason we're talking, and that's you walking away into victory lane with the checkered flag here. Race number 2, season number 4. So before we let you enjoy this race win and soak in all the champagne down here in victory lane, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Yep, I'd like to thank you, Dave, for doing the broadcast. You and KR just do a hell of broadcasting. I love watching you guys. You guys are excellent commentators. You guys are even better people when it comes to even outside the booth. So I want to thank you guys. Thanks to everybody in the Colonial Clash Racing Series and the admins for putting up to us. And John and all the guys, they're pretty good guys. Good race for Troy. I mean, like I said, if it wasn't for that lap car, you'd be talking to him right now. So, shout for him for a hell of a run. Smalling, I know he had a little bit incident earlier. It's a great recovery for him. But no, once we got going green, it was good. So shout out to everybody for keeping it clean. Running fast, running. It was a blast. I know Brandon had a bad night. And he was fast too. So just thank everybody at the Charity Motorsports shop there. They put together a pretty good piece. Shout out to my now wife. I got married a couple weeks ago, so shout out to her. She's probably asleep. So, you know how it is, Dave. You don't shout out the wife, you're in trouble for the next 2 weeks. So, shout out to her, and hope everybody's a good night.
Well, Chris, I think you got your timeline a little off. I think you may be in trouble for more than 2 weeks, but that's a whole different story. And I mean, I tell you what you do. You go run in the bedroom and just flip on the lights and say, how's it feel to look at a race-winning driver? No, don't do it. You'll be on the couch. I'm just kidding, man. Just kidding. Chris, man, congratulations. Not to take anything away from what you did here tonight. Absolutely stellar performance. Most laps led, pole position, checkered flag performance. Congratulations, my man. Until next time, stay safe and keep it fast.
Thanks, Dave. Have a good one, buddy.
All right, there you have it. Race winner Chris Medford going to walk away with that checkered flag top spot in hand, and he's going to set sail into next week's race with an orange banner around his name for walking away with a race win. What a night for Medford and his entire 46 crew. What a night for us right here in the production booth. A lot of crazy action here from Phoenix Raceway. And it seems like producers hitting those buttons in the background. You know the sounds. You know it's time for us to run down your unofficial race results right here from the Oot Renovations 90, live from Phoenix Raceway on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Your unofficial results look a little something like this. Walking away with the checkered flag in hand. Top spot, your pole sitter led the most laps inside of his Falcon Motorsports number 46 Chevy Silverado. You'll find Chris Medford top of the charts. Troy Radford going to recover well in his Lucky Fin Project number 94 machine. Radford going to walk away second. The Pro Cup Racing Experience number 21 of Thomas Smalling finishes out your podium drivers. John Kudagunt's going to pilot his 41 machine home to a good fourth place finish while rounding out your top 5 in the U.S. Air Force number 48 machine. The M&M Motorsports driver Brandon Pamitat walks away fifth. Sixth place tonight belongs to the 6th truck of Cody Giles with John Garrett back in 7th. Thad Failer 8th, Wes Fuller in 9th, and Mark Parkhurst finishes out your top 10. The 20 truck of Spencer Teal going to finish tonight's race back in 11th with Tyler Rex in 12th, 13th place tonight. Thad Miller, Nathan Estep right there in 14th, 47 of Ray Radford with a great run. Up 8 positions here tonight. Quiet, clean night for Radford. He finishes 15th. Joe Hudson going to walk away from Phoenix in 16th with Zachary Woods back in 17th. 18th tonight. Little bit of trouble. Scott Baker will park his number 5 machine home in the 18th finishing position. 19th to Ricky Gonzalez with Dylan McDonald back in 20th. James Oot, early trouble. He'll finish in 21st. Brandon Medford, Dustin Franklin, and Tyler Woodard round out the 24 truck field here tonight from Phoenix Raceway. What a night, what a race. So while we begin to cut off the lights and roll up the cords and get ready for next Wednesday night's action, don't forget to show these drivers some love and appreciation. Join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. Drop these drivers the thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live. From myself, David the Cave, and everybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. Stay safe, stay love, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.